Hey everyone, I am early, but I am here. Welcome, welcome. There we go. We've got two different camera views going here. Okay. Annette here with Elizabeth Craft Designs. Welcome everybody. How's everybody doing? We are live. We're going to have some fun today with my brand new release. I'm going to wait till we have some folks jump in here, say hello. You guys can look at my pretty curtains in the background, kind of blocking my smoky view out the window today. We have some fires in South Carolina, and you know, they're not to the point where they're evacuating us, but the wind is heavy and the smoke is a-blowing, so it looks very kind of cloudy and dusty out there. Hey, okay, here we come. Hey, Tiff. Belinda's here. Ganilla, Angelique, Ans is here. Who'd I miss? Cindy's here. Hey, Cindy. Back it up. Carla, Kathy Carpenter, Anita's here. Joe is here. Robin, hey, hey, hey. Ellie. Hello from Massachusetts. There's Catherine. Hey, Catherine. Ans is here. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. So, we are talking about the Sunny Days release, my new release, just out, and it is sunny, bright, and cheerful. So, you have a fire in Minnesota, too. Oh, no. Hey, Lorianne. Hey, Ivor. Cecilia's watching while she works. Good to see you. Welcome. Yes, I didn't know about Minnesota having fires, but South Carolina's definitely having some stuff going on. So I don't know. I think it started actually with some campers by mistake. Some hikers or campers is what I'm told. Hey, there's Carlene. Teresa, hello. Tiffany, so excited I got mine. Oh, you purchased your what? Buy it all? Did you get the buy it all? Or did you just get some goodies? Hey, Anne. Hey, Sylvia. Fana. So happy to be here. I'm happy to have you. Jackie Dean's here. Good morning from sunny Oregon. Nans is here. Awesome. Yeah, so I have a lot to do today. I want to make sure I get it all in. And I don't want to miss comments. Thank you. Thank you, Anya. I'm so glad you like the new collection. Angela's here too. Hello. Cynthia. Hey, from Alberta. Timka? Hope I got that right. Missy. Hey, Katie. Oh, yes. Don't forget, we got the Buy It All bundle thing going on the website. It's on the website today. So awesome. There's Jackie Gerard. Sandra Cummings is here. Okay, she's cutting out baskets already, Joe. All right, great. All right, so I have a lot to do. I want to show you the release all the way through, show you some samples. Thank you, Carlene. Yep. Thank you, Belinda. Show you the new release, everything, the papers, some samples, and then I have 3 demos, so I got to get to it. I don't want to go too much over. Hey, Deborah. Suzanne, hello. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera over and we'll get right to it. So, starting off, the Sunny Days release is Colorful Collective, the paper pad. Okay, so you can see very sunny, very cheerful. It's going to be perfect for all occasion cards, but especially spring and summer. And oh gosh, I'm going to have to go grab something. I don't want to forget now that I've said summer. Let me do that real quick. I just don't want to forget to show you that. I just reminded myself. Andrew's going to place her order today. Vicki didn't get the paper. You didn't get the paper? I did not get the paper. Okay. Maybe you can tell me why. Thank you. Dee is here. Thank you. Okay, so summer projects would be great. Planners, you'll see. You'll see. All kinds of inspiration. So let's get right to it with our checkerboard pattern, red and a little off-white, of course. That would be nice for kind of a picnic table-y background. I just did a planner page yesterday that had that as a background for my page for the week, and that was perfect for what I did. We got a light blue polka dot, big giant polka dot. Thank you, Nons. She likes the colors. Gonna buy the citrus die set at the craft fair. Oh, fun. That's this weekend. Okay, so here's the light blue, and then here's a kind of fun distressed red with a polka dot. We've got a yellow wood grain, very distressed, and yellow is just different, right? Just fun. And this fun one with sort of a smattering of bright green leafy pattern on a bright kind of lime green background. That's great for a lot of the dies in the set. We got this beautiful painty, grungy kind of blue and green, little darker blues. Got that pattern in there, really pretty. And then the back side, you got to hold it up a little close so you can see all those little star kind of shapes for a pattern on the back. Then we've got this beautiful page. There's a lot of pretty greens in here and a lot of limey greens. Thanks, Carlene. Hey, Betty from Las Vegas. And this one is a blue with sort of a basket weave on the back. You had some great opportunities for fussy cuts on this one. Then we have our fun stripe. This time it's not a perfect stripe. It's more of a grungy stripe with a bright kind of green and blue. And the back side is another bright, cheerful green, limey green with big, bubbly circles. Then this one is one of my favorites. I think it actually goes this way. Yeah, it doesn't matter too much. It's just a nice repeating pattern. This is great for book covers. This is my little art journal, my little watercolor book. And you'll see another major project with that on there coming. You got your nice yellow, buttery yellow plaid. We've got a map page in blue, always good for travel and summer vacations and stuff. Hey, Diane. And the back side of the map page is my favorite, just for stamping, making tags, journals. You know, you want to have something kind of plain, but not too plain and not too deep that you can't stamp on it or write on it. So that one is my go-to for that. This pretty orange paper has a beautiful design in it. As you can see, very leafy, very flowery, but then you've got your fussy cut opportunity here with the pineapple and the hibiscus and such. This is a real pale blue. It looks like a stucco wall. Again, a good one for stamping, for, you know, journaling, things like that. Hey, Sandra, she's here. Sandra's here. Angela, thank you. This is another buttery yellow pattern page. Little suns. They look like flowers, but they're little suns, little sunbursts. And a really nice, grungy kind of medium green color. It's got some diagonal grunge going on in there. And then we have another kind of splattery green here, which is fun. The background is a lighter shade of the green that's in the paper. And then if you look closely, this one's really hard to see on the camera, but there is sort of a little like bubbly pattern to this. And this is a really cool medium blue color. Hey, Donna from Florida. Belinda says, great papers for planner cards and because box makes too much. Box makes too much. Here we go with, we always have to have some cut aparts, right? And these are the 3x4s I love to have in all the pages, all the paper collections, I should say. And this beautiful kind of grungy, orangey yellow on the back. It's awesome for those oranges when we start cutting them out. And I'm going to tell you right now, I made a mistake. You're all going to see it, and a lot of you are probably going to write into the company, but I made a mistake. Look at that's supposed to say nurture nature. And somebody found it along the way after it was already all printed. So we do apologize for that. That is an easy fix, to put something over that or just not to use that part of it. So we apologize. I apologize for that mistake. That has not happened before. So, but these are awesome. Of course, these cards are for ATCs. They're for journaling in your planner. They're for the inside of a card when you want to write your message. Just really, really nice and versatile. Hey, from Twin Falls, Idaho. Hey, Leah. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, thank you. And then we have, and I think this is our final one because it looks like I've been tucking them all back there, a border page. I love to always have a border page. Borders are very, very useful. And of course, my line is everyday elements, so you definitely want to have, you know, things that are quick and easy to use in everyday situations, right? So you got all these wonderful borders here. And on the back of the border sheet is a really cool kind of canvas looking yellow pattern. A little scratchy looking. Very cool. So that is good old colorful collective. So let's get on to the dies. And I'll just show you a few samples because if you wanted to see every single sample from the team and from me, going back to the original ECD YouTube video when the release was first announced in stores, that's the one to watch. That has a lot more than what I'm going to show you today, but I am going to show you a lot. So the very first die here is Fresh Fruit number 2233. I don't know that I'm doing these in order. I'm just going absolutely with my favorites, and it seems like the team's favorites. So just a quick tag here with all that going on. Of course, involving the stamps that you'll see in a little bit, but this is a really nice example of a simple tag layered up with all those fruits. Another one, this is the one I actually made in the ECD YouTube video, kind of promoting the new release to the stores back then. So that is super fun. And of course, you see you've got there's your cut apart from the paper on the front of the card. So it's a nice little accent thing. This cute little tag is from Annette. Just had to show you. Just a cute little tag. You'll see the tag variety set coming up shortly. And this one is from Kim Gowdy. This is a planner page. And she's used some vellum, and she's got some photos in here. She's got a recipe in here. She's got another little card. Beautifully done. She's got the shiny little limes going there, and her oranges are shiny. Super pretty. And then I have some samples from the team that I'm going to keep talking while I change, and I'm going to show you because some people had to mail in their samples, and Rebecca is new to the team, by the way, so we welcome Rebecca. She also is designing, I believe, for Yosette with the Cute and Whimsical collection, I'm pretty sure. Thank you, Susanna. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Carla. So Rebecca made this one beautifully with all the lemons. That's awesome. And also by Rebecca are these amazing ATC cards. She just posted these today on her page, and they are so beautiful, so colorful. I just love them. And then we have Jackie, good old Jackie Jasper with her clean and simple style, made this cute strawberry card. And Annette made this beautiful big card. I had this card, but I had to give it away for, I think that's for Els at the expo booth. So that one's from Annette. And then we had this one from Rihanna. She incorporated the fruits and also the cocktails that you'll see in just a minute. Okay, I think that's it for those and that particular die, but you can see everything you get here. All kinds of goodies to layer with. Super fun. All right, let's tuck that away. And the second favorite, I believe, of the team, as far as all the samples that I got and what I'm seeing online, is the layered hummingbird 2235. So, of course, you got all the pieces and the parts to make the wings and the flowers and the leaves and all that good stuff. And some samples we have is this is just a little notebook I pulled together here, put some little tags in a vellum pocket, some plain paper, but you can see that layered hummingbird. You can do it so many different ways with so many different colors. This one is from Annette. Beautiful. I'm pretty sure it's Annette, not Marha, but Annette. See, just by changing up the colors, how really interesting and pretty you can make that hummingbird. This again is one by me. This is a card I made with Cindy and Tiffany when we were making cards together. And this is a tag. So many different color combinations for sure. Now let's see, we have Kim here who made another planner page with the hummingbird, which is beautiful. And then Yvonne made in a whole different color combination, made this beautiful card. And then we have another by Jackie right there. So you can see just by changing up the colors, maybe even eliminating some of the layers, there's a lot you can do with that one. So that's the layered hummingbird. Okay, then we have the picnic basket and bunny. 2, 2, 3, 4. So you got all these parts and pieces. You can do, Easter basket with the bunny. You can just do a bunny. It doesn't have to be Easter. And then you've got a few little food items here and some flowers and all those parts and pieces to play with. So some cute samples with that. This one is from Dee. She made a sidekick size page. I think that's so sweet, with her little basket and the flowers in the basket with a little bit of the fruit and the bread coming out of there. And then she included the ant from the Beetles and Bugs, which we'll see coming. And she did a little stamping there. But beautiful with that paper. That's perfect for a picnic page, right? This one is from Vicki. Very clean and simple. You can make a simple Easter card. That Happy Easter is in the stamp set coming. And these photo frames as well, you'll see in just a bit. So that's great. Then we've got this fun tag. We're actually going to make this one later. I'm going to show you how I made it. So they got the bunny in the basket. We've got some eggs colored, kind of fun. And we stamped Happy Easter on one of those little tags there. All right. And then we're also going to make this one. So we have an easel card here where I converted the picnic basket into a strawberry basket, and then we used the strawberries. Here's the, cut aparts, stamped right on there, and made a pretty easel card. So we're going to make that again too later today. Later in the hour, I should say. So that is the picnic basket and bunny. Then we have Cheers to You. This is a fan favorite. This is my favorite, I think. I don't know. I like them all. But you see all the different glasses, the drinks, the fruit, the umbrella, the straw. The word cheers is there with a little background. Thanks, Diane. Yeah. Thank you, Cynthia. Love the tag, says Melissa. Thank you. Thanks, Melissa. You like the strawberry basket? So cocktails are next. So this is part of the stamp set coming. We go together like Fridays and happy hour. What a great card that would be, huh? And so I have used some, not vellum, some acetate on the fronts of these to make them look like glass. Kind of fun. There's your fruit, your umbrella. And of course the paper is ideal for that. And then the cheers is on the inside. Cosmo, yes. Ice cubes, yes. All that. Another fun tag. We go together like Fridays and happy hour again. And the word cheers. And again, I put the acetate over the top. Not hard to do at all. I just put a little double-sided adhesive on the acetate, stuck it on top, and then cut around it. And this is from Jacqueline. Beautiful big planner page. She's got all kinds of fun, painty, mixed media action going on here. And she's got the lemons, the cut apart there. And then she's combined, the fruit with the drink here. And look at how cool that drink is in there. I don't know what that is, but I want it. It looks yummy. But I just think that's a beautiful planner page. And this one is also from Jacqueline. This is a big card. I think it's like a 6x6. She's incorporated the fruit, of course, but there are the little orange segments from the cocktails, the Cheers to You set. So the inside she's decorated as well, beautifully. I need to shop, says Anne. Love the release, lemons, drinks, tags. Thanks, Renee. Thank you, thank you. Yes, Katie got that right. We're going to get to that stamp set that says that. That's funny. Okay, so there's that. Now, what's next? We've got the tag variety pack 2237. Everyday elements, that's me. So I've got to have some tags, and I wanted to have some fun layering options with the tags. And so many of these have stitches or dots or something fun. And there's so many different ways you can layer these. And they're great for stamping, of course, and popping on a card, journaling in your planner. Yeah, Melissa, it looked a little like lemonade, but I think it had a little vodka in it. I don't know. So I've grabbed just a couple of little samples that I've made just in craft black and red to make all these cute little tags, just to kind of show you different layering options. I fussy cut out something that I had stamped from a stamp set we're about to see and popped it on this tag. And this is a triple tag, which is nested, which is one of these in here, right here. It's always nice to have nested tags. So you can see lots of options, lots of different things you can do there. And then clever Anita, she always makes these cute little easel things. Look at that. She used the tag. Actually, that's from the picture frames coming up. I'll show you in just a minute. It's coming up next. See the double picture frame thingy back here? There it is on the back. And she used the drink there and the flowers and the small segments of the fruit to make a little easel thing. That'd be so cute at a party in the summer on the table. Glass die set. Thanks. Hey Terry, thank you. Whiskey lemonade. Whiskey lemonade. Okay. Now we're talking, Diane. I don't know if I've ever had whiskey lemonade, but you know, I wouldn't say no if you handed me a glass. You know me. All right. So speaking of those frames, this is picture frames and mats. 2236. All these things. And there's that one I was talking about that Anita used right there. But you got these cute little labels that you can put at the bottoms or the tops of the pictures. We've got little pieces of tape you can use there. That's one of the little dies. Of course, we have photo corners, different styles of frames, lots of layering options there. It's super fun. Oh, it's so good, eh? All right, Diane, I believe you. I believe you. All right, so here's just a quick few examples. This looks like a chalkboard, huh? It's even got the little handle, you know, like a hanging, little hanger bar, and then the circle to make these fun frames. These are all just made from my rusty paper that I made. And there's the little tape. So there's the handle thingy. And again, different sizes, different ways to play. Super fun. There's Petra. Thank you for being here. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And you know what? I forgot to show you guys. I wanted to show you this from Rebecca because I skipped past hers for the basket. But also you see the tag there that she's stamped, and that background stamp we're going to talk about in a minute. And we're about to talk about the bugs. See how she's added those ants there? I think that's so cute. And then Diane made this cute basket card. This is a really big, beautiful card, and her coloring was so fantastic. I just don't have it anymore to show you in my hands, but it was a great sample, and I loved it. Okay, so now we're on to the fun combo set of the stamp and die, and it's CSD 402 Beetles and Bugs stamp and die set. So there's the stamp set, of course. And it's not just beetles and bugs, because we have a frog here, and we have a moth here, and we have ants. Well, he's a bug. And then we have a leaf. So there's lots to play with here. So fun to color, so fun to do different things with. And then, of course, every single one of those has a coordinating die that cuts nice and close and perfect every time. So I always stamp first and die cut later, but you do you, whatever works best for you. Check the comments real quick. I don't want to miss anything. Mariana, was that Mariana? Yes, Marianne liked the frames also. Yeah, Debbie's here. Welcome, Debbie. Yes, don't forget, like, comment, and share. That's right. Okay, so here we go with Anita. Made this cute little tag, Happy Easter, with the moth in purple. Added a little flower. Super, super cute. The double tag. What a fine specimen you are. And this has one of those little thingamabobbers from the craft store. One of those little bauble things. So that's kind of a fun card you could send someone to for their birthday. Wishing you the very best. And this one is from Marha. Look at that beautiful job she did with the dragonfly. And the flowers and the frames and the photo corners. She mixed it all up and then put it on that cut apart, which I think is just beautiful. And this is another fun way to treat these guys. Just color them wacky colors and splatter some paint in the background. Another birthday, don't let it bug you. And did I do anything inside? Nope. And then finally, I whipped up a couple of ATCs just to show you how fun it is to make them a little more nature-inspired and earthy looking rather than bright. So those are 3 ATCs. using that set. So, Beetles and Bugs. And then we've got, of course, you've seen all the, let's see, did I have Beetles and Bugs from some of the other girls? Yes, I did. Rebecca. Here's one. I love this. It's on craft and she's used colored pencils and I just think it's fantastic. I just love that so much. And then we have one from Vicky. Clean and simple. What a fine specimen you are. And she's done 2 frogs. And she used a little teeny tiny bee, but they look like flies, right? I think that was the intention. And then Anita did this beautiful card with the dragonfly and the beautiful purple flowers. That stamp set is coming up in just a second. And then a beautiful bookmark made with the Beatles. I just love that. That's by Anita as well. Yeah, love it. Okay, so there's all the sayings in this set. Playful sentiments, CS 403. Sweet life, celebrate, wishing you the very best. Take time to enjoy the small stuff. Orange, you glad we're friends. I forgot to show you Teresa's. There you go. I remember she did that now. Let's see. We go together like Fridays in happy hour. In the garden of existence, be the hummingbird of hope. That's really good. The hummingbird, of course. Here it is. Who was talking about this earlier? To me, drink responsibly means don't spill it. Treasure this moment. It's been a week. Liquid therapy. You're invited. Happy Easter. It's been a while. Thinking of you. Everything you need is here, right? So, very useful. And then finally we have the large nature stamp. This is CS 404. And it's got this big, beautiful leafy one. And it's got this really pretty floral and leaf one, which definitely looks better when you actually look at some samples. So there's the leafy one colored all fun and different with watercolor. There's the floral one with all kinds of shimmer and sparkle and embossing. Embossing as well, but then colored in with alcohol marker. Back to the leaves, little white emboss, and then sort of a coffee distress. This would be a beautiful wedding tag on a present. Hey, Cindy from gloomy California. I guess it's dreary there, eh? Belinda's back. Her internet went down. Well, I'm glad you're back. Love this stamp design. Thank you. Yeah, embossed with gold, a little bit of shimmer. Embossed with blue and some oxides in the background. Again, non-traditionally colored leaves, just fun. And then in the background of this particular tag, they're just left white. Lots of things you can do there. So let me see who else we have here. Diane did something beautiful. Let's find her. Yes, a big, beautiful card where she's done a couple of layers with that floral background stamp. I love that. Just gorgeous. Anita, of course, we'll go back to that one. And then Rebecca, let's see, Rebecca number 1. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It looks like it's just right out of a William Morris painting. I just love it. And then Yvonne, I think I showed you this earlier, but there's one with the leaves just stamped in black on a fun painty background. Okay, I have to show you one more thing, and that is a little bit of a teaser. And so I used Esther's new card box and all my papers. I used a complete pack of paper. I had a little bit left over, but there are 15 cards in here, and I included the fresh fruit die set, and then as an option, I did work in some of the frames, but I made all these cards in here. And the reason why this is so fun to show you now is because this is going to be a class in June on the ECD page. It's going to be a live 3-session class like you've seen me do in the past, and it's going to be our Sunny Days Memory Box class. So you'll get details on that a little bit further down the line here, but I just wanted to show you a real quick little sneak peek of that. So let me know in the comments if that's something you think that you would like to do with me, and that would be great to have you. Okay, very quickly, I want to show you a little spread that I did in my Sidekick planner. Just kind of got a whole bunch of things going on from different dies and stamps there. And then, of course, this one from Rihanna. This was in that video if you want to take a closer look, but this is like a sampler of everything in the entire collection. Whoops. There's pockets in here. There's all kinds of fun stuff going on there. So if you want a little bit longer look than that, make sure you check out that video. All right. I think we're going to make stuff now. Oh, Waldo. Yay. Ellie would do the class. Cool. Yay. Joe would do it. Sue would do it. Okay. Well, good. I hope so. I hope I didn't forget any of my team here with my pictures. I tried very hard not to leave anybody out. Okay, so we're going to make this tag again, and I'm going to show you how easy it was to pull that together. So I've got a bunch of stuff ready to go here. And I just wanted to show you, like, as an example of using your oxides and making just like one card. It doesn't have to be any particular size, but just have this for die cuts is wonderful when you're playing around with some of this stuff. So I got all my little parts here. I've got my banner and I've got my tag. So what I've done is I've already taken the time to clear emboss, and you can't see it at all, but I've clear embossed that big, beautiful nature stamp with the flower. Just on some white card. It's a little bit off-white. And all I'm going to do is take two different colors of pink oxide, so worn lipstick and pink raspberry. And I'm just going to kind of go over the top of this. I'll go in with my lighter pink in the center. Hoi hoi, Saskia. Yep. Okay, and then we'll go with our darker pink, which is the picked raspberry, and just hit it around the outside edges. We're going to put a strip of paper across the top there. So we won't worry about that. I might come back in with a little more of that worn lipstick just to smooth that in. Okay, and I always like to give oxides a little bit of a spritz. I meant to order one of those boxes today, darn it. Well, they're not sold out, are they? The box? I mean, you know, it is possible. It's very, very popular. All right, so a little bit of water on there just to kind of set it. And just want to take a baby wipe. Ooh, look at that. That's fun. Okay, so we'll set that to dry for just a second. Yeah, I love making backgrounds too, Melissa. So much fun. Okay, so we might as well work on our little basket. I just had a little something fly to the floor. I'll be wondering what that was later. Probably a little piece of the bunny. We'll see. But you can see that the basket comes in these layers, right? And so this is just some of the paper from the collection. This is a piece of cardstock. And then this is another piece from the paper collection. So you could either do this if you wanted a little darker, you know, show through in those little holes, which is what I did on this particular tag. Or you could darken this up with just a little bit of yellow ink. If you so desired, you know, you could just kind of darken it up a little bit. I don't even know what's on this dauber. It's a yellow dauber that I used last time on something. So there it is, a little bit deeper, and then so you see it just a little bit better through those holes. Okay. So let's get that on there. And we also have the bar that goes across the top of our little basket. So if I'm going to darken that, I'll just do that around the edges. You could do this in brown, but I like to sometimes just use a similar color as the paper. And like I said, I don't know what this is. I think it's fossilized amber, maybe? Some kind of yellow. All right, so we're not going to use this one. You could, if you wanted to, you know, have it really sturdy, you could put another whole panel behind that. But I'm just going to get this on here first. And there's a lot of little holes there, so you just have to kind of go in between them. And again, this can be an Easter thing. It could be an invitation to a picnic. Anything you want. It really can be used all year. At Christmas time, you could have it be a basket full of poinsettias coming out of there. Okay, so there's that. And we could leave that the way that it is, but we might as well put the top piece on just to make sure it's kind of strong, reinforced. Okay. The basket could easily double as a flower pot. Yes, yes, because that's what Dee did on her little sidekick page. So here's the little eggs I made. I went ahead and made them ahead just because it took some time to dry, but basically did this type of a deal and made all these fun little eggs in different colors just for something a little bit different. And we've got the handles to the basket we can put on. I think I will go ahead and pick up some ink here. I have mustard seed in front of me, so why not? Longaberger basket. Yeah. Yeah. Do they even make those still? I wonder. Longaberger baskets. I know I had one at one time. Okay, so our little handles can go here. And if you want them to move, don't glue them down. Just use a brad, but I'm going to glue them down. So I'm just going to put a little bit toward the top here. I still am going to put a brad, but on this particular basket, there's no need for the handles to move. So I'm just going to glue them. I've missed some comments. They're not moving. Thanks, Katie. You love the eggs. Thank you. They're very fun to do different ways, to use strips of paper to make striped eggs. Okay, and we might as well put some brads since I have them, unless that's what flew to the floor. I have one brad. Yeah, I think that's what went to the floor. Okay. You would think that'd be easy to see. But, okay, we're not going to do brads. We're going to pretend that we did right there, just like these. It's just something you can add. You could use the die cut from whatever, you know, the inside of the handle and pop it back in a different color. But you could also do brads. All right, so we got our basket. How about our bunny? So the bunny comes in 2 layers. You can, of course, just use this, but I designed it so he had a little more dimension when you put them together. And what I like to do is take a really pale gray. So let's first try Lost Shadow. I don't know if it's going to be dark enough. Need to grab a doohickey. Okay, got a little bit of gray on there already. Might be a little dark. So I would take this solid one because you're going to see through, right? And you could do this in a light pink color. I'm just going to do a really soft gray. So this is Lost Shadow, like I said. It's pretty faint. I might want to switch over to, I have Hickory Smoke over here, but I just don't want it to be too dark. So let's come in off the side a little. That's a little better. You can see it a little better. So just kind of through the middle of the body and up into that one ear. That should do it, and you can check it, and you can see that little bit of a difference now. I'll hold that up for you in just a second. So hickory smoke, that was better than lost shadow. All right, so we'll put him together. Now, something that you might see in the die, and you might wonder, what the heck is that little bit, that little piece? So we've got this teeny tiny little piece that looks like this. That's if you want to put the carrot in his hand, in his little arm. You can put the carrot down and then put the hand over it coming around. That's what that's for. You don't have to do it that way, but that's what it was designed for, just in case you were wondering. So we'll just layer this fella up. And this is just soft finish white cardstock, which is perfect for the bunny because it has a little texture to it. Looks like a little fuzzy bunny. Couple, what are y'all talking about? Nice to have a piece. Hold on to things. Yes. Okay, so there he is. His cute little difference in his color there. And then we've got a little earpiece, which I like to make kind of pinkish. So we'll just grab that same little blender we had before and pop that on. Right here. Now you could die cut two of these if you want one over here, but I just put it on this one side. That makes me happy. Some people have put a little cotton on the tail. That's pretty cute. Let's see, the carrot. Yeah, if you wanted him to have the carrot, you'd want to put it down in, before this arm came down and got glued down. But you could just glue it on top if you wanted to. I think that I will grab a little orange and make the carrot. Solid one to cut out chocolate bunnies. Yes, Joe, I think that would be so cute. Yeah, did you make it glossy or anything, or did you just use brown cardstock? I'd be curious to know. I think that would be really cute. All right, a little carved pumpkin for our carrot over here. The carrot has these little score lines in it, so it looks kind of real-ish. Okay, and maybe a little green for the top of the carrot. Do I have some green here? I have mowed lawn, but it's not oxide. Doesn't matter. I just didn't grab that color in oxide, so I'm just going to use Distress for the top of the carrot. Why not? Okay, we can put that on the carrot. Okay, cute. Cute. All right, so for his little face, there are no little parts and pieces for his little face. So I like to use just a black marker. You could use like a light gray if you prefer not doing black. That's also good. Let's see, do I need this anymore? I don't think so. Oh, I'm going to do some flowers, so yes. Okay. Let me grab a little black pen, just a fine point pen. And there is a little indentation there for his little eyeball. And then his sweet little nose is like a little triangle. And I'm just drawing right into the opening, so it's super easy. You won't get it wrong. Cute, right? Okay, so we've got our basket, we've got our bunny, I've got some flowers over here, I've got the topper for my tag. So let's go ahead and finish the tag. I got this yellow pattern paper strip I want to put across the top. This is that yellow plaid. My tag is like 3 1/4 by 6. So I'll give that a second to dry, and then I'm going to clip those corners. I'm so in love with this set. Excellent job, Annette. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you very much. All right, we got a tag we could stamp while we're waiting. We have some flowers while this glue kind of dries for a second. Let's just color a couple of quick flowers. There are also these flowers in the set, which I have ready to go. A couple of leaves I have over there. Let's see, we'll grab a stamp block. So let's color the flowers real quick. What do I want to use? Yellows and pinks sound good to me. So let's do yellow on the big one. So I've die cut each one of these twice, just going to layer them together. Simple. That stamp makes such pretty backgrounds. Which stamp? Oh, the big nature floral one. This one. Thank you. Okay, there's a yellow. How about a pink? Where's our pink? A little pink. There's something going on outside my apartment that's making my building shake. I hope you guys can't see that or feel that. They are doing a little bit of construction out back, so I'm sure that's all that is. Nothing to be concerned about. All right, let's glue together these flowers. And these flowers. Getting a little accumulation there of glue. Let's see. Oh, I didn't really want to put these two together. We'll wait. Okay. Oh, I have centers for the flowers, and I'm just going to leave these white. So we do need that glue there. Just pop some centers on. There are different sizes of these teeny tiny little circles. So you can use them on some of the smaller flowers, some of the bigger ones. Okay, and then one more. This one, we can make this a little more orange just to make it a little different. That's the beauty of oxides. Okay, and a little circle for her. Okay, cute. All right, and now take my little thingamabob here. That looks funny. There we go. That's better. Okay, let's build this tag up with our bunny and our basket. We got some eggs. Let's pop it up. Use a little foam tape. Finally ordered one of the glue press thingies. Oh, Katie, isn't it the best? Fingers are excited. Okay, well, maybe you don't have it yet. You're waiting for it to come. Yeah, it's pretty great. I do love it, and I use it all the time. Melissa says, nope, don't see it. Oh, the shaking? Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, it's really shaking. It's kind of weird. All right, if I know my basket's going to go there, I'm going to have my bunny there. So we'll get that down next, I believe. Right about there. And then we can stick our bunny down. Let's get him in there. Okay, cute. And little tag, we could put a little ink on that. This is part of the tag variety pack, little fold over. Always good to have. Put that on. How we doing on time? Oh boy, I got lots to do yet. This is just going to be one of those a little bit longer ones, I think. Okay. Whoops. Don't rush it. Give it a second. Okay, while we're waiting for that, we can get our eggs down. And you know what? Just because I have so much to do, I don't think I'm going to finish this one because I have finished one already. I just wanted to show you how cute the bunny came together. Where's my other one? So rather than saying I'll post a picture later, you've already seen the picture, and this is what it looks like. So you don't really need to watch me glue all these things down all over again, but this is really what we're doing here. Okay, so I hope you're okay with that. Added a little bit of ribbon at the top. There's the flowers and the stamping. So that's that tag. I'm going to put that aside. I'll finish it later, have fun with it. I'll add these little flowers, which were not on that tag, on the first tag, but I will add them. And if you like, I can put the picture up later, for sure. I just want to make sure we have time for other stuff. Els is here. She's late. Well, I'm running late, Els. It's gonna go long because I've just finished one little project and I have 2 more to go. Thank you very much. I have got to grab a paper towel over here. Okay. Els is having a good time over there in the Netherlands. I saw her posing in front of a gigantic strawberry yesterday. Did you guys see that picture? I don't know where you were, Els. Is that some sort of like a outdoor museum kind of place? All right, so now I want to show you just a little fun thing to do with the strawberries here. And I've got most of this card assembled, so we'll make this real quick. It's an easel card, as you saw, and I've got the pieces already ready, scored, and folded. And we have this little panel that's going to go on that flap. But before we do that, we have to get some paper down here. Already got adhesive on the back and everything to make this go really quick. So I'm going to switch this time. My other sample had the red paper with the polka dots in it. Now I'm going to use this picnicky kind of paper, which this is the back side of the sample sheet, the packaging page. Okay, so that'll be cute. And then we have our basket again, and this time we're going to make it into a strawberry basket. So all I'm going to do this time is glue this piece that is the top. Just put a little line of glue along one long edge, and I'm going to adhere it just across the top. I'm going to cover up that first row of holes. Now, you don't have to worry about this being centered left and right, because mine is way off to the right, because we're going to trim this out. Now, I don't have a corner rounder small enough, so I'm just going to do it by eye. And yes, you could have done this before, gluing it down if you felt it was easier. But I'm just going to re-round those corners. This one's almost okay. Okay, so now it's a strawberry basket. It's not a picnic basket anymore. That easy. All right, so let's ink that up. Little vintage photo. Add a little dimension. And we'll do one of those strawberries. Anya saw the picture. Is that tape on the strawberries? No, it's not. It's embossing, and I'll show you exactly what I did. So there's our little basket. Okay. And so here's how the strawberries all look. See how they're shiny? That's just clear, not clear emboss. It's not clear. And you see the little bit of yellow there too for the seeds. So what I did is I die cut that out of the paper from the paper collection. See, the one with the blue on the back? So it's kind of already looking like strawberry sort of texture. However, what I want to do is I have a paint pen here. This is a Posca pen. You could use any kind of pen, perhaps, but it needs to be kind of opaque, like paint. It can't be something you're going to see through, like a water-based marker. So you could just take a little paintbrush and do some yellow paint. And this is sort of a bright yellow, but I'm not worried about how bright it is because of what I'm going to do next. So I'm going to give that a second because it is paint to dry. And while we're waiting for that, I'll kind of push that out of the side. We can do stamping on this card. We're going to stamp something about sunshine, sending a little sunshine your way. Okay. We'll just do that in a black. And if you're going to color this, you want to use an archival black. And if you feel more comfortable using your platform, for sure, do that. I'm going to pull this down so I'm going to put my head in the camera. Okay. Pretty good. Give that a minute to dry before we color that. Okay, what else can we do while we wait? We've got some little bits of border here. Got some fussy cut leaves here. That was fussy cut out of this particular cut apart with the lemons. It came out of there somehow, some way. And got a little topper for my tag here. Okay, so the tag is going to be your little place to write your message on your card. And it also serves as a stopper, you know, for the card. So you have to pop it up, of course. So let's do that and get this on here. And I'll just tell you, if you don't want to stick around when I go overtime here, I'll tell you what I'm gonna make, and that is the last thing is to show you how to take the picnic basket and make it into a three-dimensional little basket and how cute that turns out, which would be great for Easter. Let's see, from my layered, or my tag elements here, I do have this circle, a black circle, which I think there's two different sizes. Yeah, I think I'll use the little one. So this is the tag variety set. Two different size circles. You can see I cut a whole bunch out of a different color, and then I have some in black over there. Put a little twine on here. Belinda's not going anywhere. All right, well, thanks for sticking around. You know how it is. Sometimes we just go long. And with a new release, there's just so much to show and to talk about. So I'm just putting a little wax twine on here, black, tie it in a bow. Okay, all right, I got most of my elements ready to go. Now let's go back to the strawberry and I'll show you what I did here. No big mystery. I just took, let me get a piece of scrap paper here. I have some fired brick distress embossing glaze. So if you know the glazes, you know that they are translucent. And I've got my well-loved and used on strawberries Versamark pad, as you can see. So it's just an embossing ink pad. You could use those dauber things on top if you want. Diane, still 3 hours before dinner, so I'm staying. Okay, thanks. Okay, so there it is. We've got the ink on there. Then we will use the fired brick. And the great thing about it is, you know, we're still going to see the yellow seeds underneath there, but a little more subdued, like they would look in nature. They wouldn't be bright yellow seeds. they would be kind of greenish, pale yellow. So let's emboss that. See if I can get it to stay on the table. Okay, nice and shiny. The yellow's kind of gone a little bit subdued in there, but they still look like seeds. They still stand out. Kind of fun. And then I've got the top to that. And let's do a little green to give that a little shading. Little mowed lawn. This is from the paper collection. It's got blue on the other side. It's fun to use the papers. You don't have to go searching for a bunch of cardstock of different colors. I've got some leaves here I want to do the same thing with. Just kind of add a little bit of dimension and depth. And I've cut these apart on the card that I made over there. All right, let's put this all together real quick. So you got all your strawberries going in your basket. Now, because this is going on embossing glaze, I have to take a little bit of a block. Oops, see, it slid right off of there when my finger got a hold of it. So you just want to give that an extra minute to grab a hold. And in the meantime, we can work on this card. Okay, so the front of our card has this and this. So we'll get this on next. Here in Holland, it's 8 o'clock in the evening. Have you guys changed your time yet to daylight savings? Yes, I said fired brick. Somebody asked what kind of embossing powder. That was fired brick. Embossing glaze. So we've got that. I will not take the time to do it, but I would take a water marker or alcohol marker and color in sunshine just to add some color to that part of it. I'm going to leave it black here for now, just for sake of time. And we can put our little tabby things on here next. So these are just pieces of the borders from the border paper. Got a big blob of glue on there. Okay, this will just come down here. And then I got a green one coming down from here. Cute. Okay, before I go layering up my whole basket and all that stuff, I'm going to get this in here first. My little tag needs some foam tape. Oh, you changed this weekend. Okay. So, I don't know about you guys. I just wish we would stick with one or the other. Just pick one. Let's do that. I don't like the switching all the time. Especially with some, Arizona doesn't even change time zone. They don't change the time. They don't do it. They don't participate. Like, I don't want to participate either, but have to, I guess. Okay, so this stopper, about an inch up from our paper. Just enough to stop the card. That's good. And then just for fun, you could glue this here fussy cut business over to the side. Okay, and then on this card, I did use those two leaves over there, cut them apart and stuck them here. I'm just going to skip that on this one, just for time, because I want to get the front done. So let's get this on here before we put the basket. And you see I have the double-sided tape on just the lower half of this card. Talking about stopping the time change. They are? They are in Canada. Oh, okay. Well, that would be great, don't you think? So if you lay this down flat, then you can really see if you're centered. And I had already made a pencil line, so I knew where that adhesive was needed to go so it didn't get on my card over here. So that's cute, right? All right, now let's get this basket business going, and this one is done, and we can make our little three-dimensional basket. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strawberries. Let's put 5 in the basket, and I'm just gonna, might have to use thicker glue, we'll see. I'm just gonna start to layer these in here. And it's cute because you can see the strawberries underneath, just like you would if you had a basket of strawberries. Yeah, this is going to take a bit of drying time. All right, so you get the idea. All of the strawberries would go in there, and we would layer them on there with some foam tape, really pop it up, make it super cute. So I'm going to stop with that one. You get the idea. Finish it later. See, because as soon as I pick this up, I bet you these will want to fall off. They just barely are hanging on. So you need a little drying time with that one. Okay, let's make a little 3D basket, because to me that's so exciting. It's so fun. And why would you do it anyway is the question. Well, Easter, of course. Easter is coming. You could have Easter brunch and have people over, and each person could have their own little basket. I took some of the paper. Actually, this is just some cardstock that I had, and I did a little, I have a quilling tool, but you could just wrap it around something. Made a bunch of little shavings to go in my basket, and I've got some candy eggs here that I'm going to put in there. I've got a couple of Reese cups. I think that would be really cute, and then to add like a Happy Easter tag on there. So I thought I'd show you how I made that really quick. So it's basically taking the pieces to the basket and adding a piece like this. Okay, so I'll show you how I did that. And your handles have to be a little bit longer, I will say, for this to work. You do have to cut 2 little squares. We'll talk about that. Okay, so you're going to need something to score on. And so the starting measure of this piece is, and I'm sorry about the 16ths and stuff, but for it to work, 5 7/16 long by 2 inches wide. Okay, and then we score 1 5/8 from each end. So that's 1.5 plus 1 more. Do that nice and hard. Flip it around, do it again. 1 5/8. So now you have this. Okay, now we want to score this again. Let's see, 1/4 inch from each long side. 1/4, flip it around, 1/4. Okay, so you take that then, and then I make a little, like a V slit where the fold is for each little part, and then I fold those up so we have something to attach to our baskets. Okay, hopefully that made sense. That's all you got to do to get that ready. And then you'll want to cut 2 of these little pieces. Now this is the same color as your basket piece, and you can see I have a darker brown. These are all just cardstock. So a darker brown base and a lighter, like almost crafty brown front. And this has to be nice and strong like this. So that's why you need so many layers. And you're going to want to cut a total of 4 of these. So 2 of these, 4 of these, and then these additional pieces. which are, let's see, these little side guys. They are 1.5 by 1 5/8, so you need 2 of those. And then your long handles, because you have to make them longer than what comes with the actual die, so that they're actually working handles. These do fold open and closed. These need to be 5 inches long by 1/4 inch wide. And I cut 4 of these and I glued 2 together to make nice sturdy handles. It's not, this first one I made is not doubled like that, but it does make it a little sturdier. Thanks, Carol. Annette, can you put a picture with the measurements in the family group later? Yes, I can. In the family group? In the family group. Yes, I will do that for sure. Okay. And then the last thing is, and this is straight from the die, is you want to use that same lighter brown craft color to cut out the 2 toppers to the basket. That's part of the die. Okay, let's put this together. So we're going to put these together. The one with the holes goes on the dark brown, of course. Okay. Oops. Go easy with the glue. Okay, and then I've got my handle, and these go all the way across. End to end, they just match right up with the base die. Okay, same to this one. Thank you, Lori Ann. Nameplates at Easter dinner. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Wouldn't that be cute? Yep. Oops. Okay, another topper. You probably can't see this little detail, but I've put a little pencil dot where I want to put my handles and my brads. See the 2 little dots there? And I did it on both sides, of course. Okay, now before we put this to this, we need to go ahead and put these papers, these little squares that we cut, on the outside ends here. Okay, so you can flatten this out before you get too far. This side has ink on it, so I will use this side. And just these layers just make everything that much stronger. You can do single layers and it will work. It just won't be as sturdy. So that's just completely up to you how you want to do that. Okay, this one goes here. You can see that it needs to be taller than it is wide. That's why the measurement that we had earlier. Okay. Now we want to get our little, let's see, let's make the holes first. It's a little bit easier to make the holes now than later, and that's why we have our little pencil mark. So we're going to put brads in there eventually. So we might as well just get that part done ahead of time. Okay, now we're going to get this onto here. So we're going to put adhesive here. Thanks, Terry. Love to make them for the weekend, but I would need 18. Well, maybe if you had some helpers. Is your Easter different than ours? Our Easter isn't until late April, I think. Or maybe you're having a bunch of people over, Diane. All right, so that basket goes there. And I'm purposely not putting on these yet. And I'll show you why in just a moment. Let's see. Yeah, here. Okay. I layer all my die cuts. Yes, you do, Jackie. And you can tell sometimes I look at your cards and I say, man, why is that just so, it just stands out. It looks more beefy. It's nice. And you told me sometimes you do 2 or 3 layers. It does make a difference. Okay, so now we've got that done. Cute. Next comes this little side winger. And just line up the angle. You could put some clips on here if you were mass making a whole bunch. Yeah, Diane, if I lived near you, I'd come help too. Who said that? Oh, hey, David. Well, good thing I'm going over, right? You're right on time. We're just finishing the last little demo. This cute little 3-dimensional basket. I've gone way over, so thank you very much, David. Yeah, I'm loving this. This new release is right up my alley for the spring and the summer. All right, so this last bit, I would encourage you to do both at one time for these last 2 tabs. And you could lay this flat on the table if it helps you line everything up and hold it. I'm just going to let it grab for a second and then I'll put it down and kind of press on it. Yes, that would be great fun, Diane. Maybe someday, eh? Hey, I sounded Canadian. Did you hear that? Good day, eh? Okay, so now we're going to take our little handles. Again, not necessary, but I'm going to kind of round off those square tips. Okay, and got a couple of little teeny little gold brads here. Teeny tiny. And you don't want to glue these, you want to pierce these, which is tricky afterwards, like I've done it. You could probably have put these on ahead of time. That's okay. So you want to put that right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a hole in the center of my little handle down low here. Okay. And no glue. We don't want glue. And you know what? Do the other one real quick. Teeny little brad. If you didn't want the handles to move, just glue these. You can still do brads, but I like the idea that the handle can still move. So let's go over here and do this other one. I'll just do the one and then we'll put that little liner on the inside just to kind of show you, since we know what it looks like finished already. But I just wanted to show you, you can still get these to spin and also not see the brad on the inside of the basket. If that didn't bother you, you could stop there and be done and, you know, it's finished. But I like to have it look nice and clean and simple and neat. So I would glue this in here, avoiding glue where the brad is, which is exactly what I did on my other one. You can't tell. They've been glued everywhere except where the brad is going to swing. And so there we go. So let's get some candy in here. I will finish that basket later, but you guys get the idea, and I will put the directions and the measurements and all that in the family page. Oh, there's a couple left over. Gosh, what will I do with that? Cute, right? Really cute. You could put someone's name on there. Happy Easter, whatever. All right, well, thank you so much. Sorry I went late. It's 20 after 3. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Petra. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And Rihanna is here on Friday. Rebecca's laughing at me because I'm eating the candy. I'm starving. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and Rihanna will be here on Friday. All right, take care.